But if there's a company or someone that you want to work for, this is how I would do it. If you go on to LinkedIn, first of all, make sure your LinkedIn is bueno. So if you go on to LinkedIn and you have a company that you want to work for, let's just pick one, for example. Let's just say Nike. And you're like, my dream is to work for Nike. I want to move to Oregon. I want to work in their headquarters. How do I work for Nike? You go on to LinkedIn, and in the search bar, you just hit enter. Don't type anything in. You hit enter, and then you go to people, like you filter for people. So you say people because there's people, company, pages, whatever, people, and then you do company, and you filter it to, you just type in Nike and just start connecting. And I'm not saying just HR people, just start connecting with people at Nike, period. And you can even get more specific. Like if you want to go live in, the city that the headquarters are in, if it's a big company, then you can get more specific. But so you can filter to like Oregon employees at Nike. Connect with as many as you can. I think you're allowed like 250 invitations a day or something like that. Can't really remember what it is, but max out your limit, and at least 10 to 15 of those will accept for a number of reasons. It doesn't really matter. The second one of them connects with you, you now have a mutual, you are a second to a lot of people who work at that company. And so when you start requesting more people, it's going to say that you are friends with or you are connected with. And they'll be like, oh, they're connected with my coworker. I'll connect with them. They must be whatever. So it literally just getting like one or two people from a company that you want to work at to connect with you will automatically like boost your cred or whatever. So you do that. And then once you actually have connected with quite a few people at said company, then you can go find the HR people or the people recruiting people or whatever. And if there's a job that you have in mind that's on their LinkedIn page or whatever, you can literally just send it to them and say, hey, I think I would be a great fit for this. That's one strategy. It's not a great one. The better one is find articles either on LinkedIn or on Google about that company. So if it's Nike, go like find news articles, like filter by news on Google, and like read the article, send it to like an HR person and be like, this is an interesting thing. Like this is a really cool thing. Like spark up a conversation that has nothing to do with the job. Just start to build a relationship with them. Eventually, one of those people will remember your name and remember who you are or whatever. And you can like bring in the idea of, something outside of just like, oh, we're a conversational relationship. The best advice I would say is just ask someone for 5 minutes of coffee or whatever, or 10 minutes of coffee. It can be virtual coffee too. You can just be like, hey, are you free sometime this week for like 10 minutes? I really respect your career and I really respect the advice that you that like you could give to me. Is there any shot we could meet for 5 minutes on Zoom this week? Everybody has 5 minutes. Everybody will say yes to that. Not everybody, but some people will say yes to that. And that's how you do that. You just do that over and over again, and until you're on the good side of like an HR person, because you're competing against hundreds of people for jobs. So you have to set yourself out, apart somehow. So you didn't even live in yet.